my husband asked me to go to a meeting about Senegal, which I had absolutely no expectation was going to lead to a medical mission. But when I went and heard the stories about what was happening with the women and children there in particular, I was, it's hard to say overcome with lust or grief or what, but I just knew that I had to go there, and that to some extent I wasn't going to be able to speak enough French to be able to really function on my own without an interpreter, but that I would be able to use my French during that time. And I, brushed up on it, as they say, and had several opportunities to use it in conversation when I didn't have somebody with me who was more fluent in English or French. I've enjoyed speaking French in Senegal. I've enjoyed communicating with people over the internet in French. I've enjoyed being able to follow along in the worship services, which are all done in French. It's been a real, it's helped me along with my language skills quite a bit, I think. I was offered the opportunity to go this year because one of the other women who has been running missions has been going there multiple times per year for many years. And a couple of years ago, she decided that she wanted to train community members to be able to be community healthcare workers. So she has been there twice in the past year, giving them week-long seminars in basic public health issues. And she asked me about maybe not quite a year ago, but probably about 8 months ago, if I would be willing to come with her to teach them some emergency gynecology and obstetrics. And this is something that I've enjoyed doing very much in the past. I went to South Africa and taught community healthcare workers, and it was extremely gratifying. First of all, they're such eager learners. They are so anxious to be able to pick up the skills that you're providing for them. And secondly, you know that, like the old Chinese proverb, if you teach a man to fish, he will fish, he'll feed himself for the rest of his life. The idea of teaching these community people to care for their village members and people around them, and particularly in a community where they can provide information not only to the people but to each other. They can share their experiences, is just tremendously exciting to me. One of the things that I think has made the most impact on me has been the relationships with the people there, many of whom speak French and don't speak, or at least attempt not to speak, English. I have a correspondence with a pastor there from Saint Louis who, in our first visit there, he gave a sermon that was essentially very critical of the United States, talking about how stingy they were with foreign aid. And they then invited me to stand up and say something, and rather than just, speaking some gracious platitudes, I called him on it. And I said, look, we're here. We are taking time out of our lives, and we've all spent a lot of money to come here and help your people. And yes, you certainly get the impression when you watch television and that sort of thing that Americans are vain and self-absorbed. But in point of fact, there are a lot of people in the United States that are very generous, and not only with their money, but with their time and with their spirit. And he and I have become good friends as a result of this dialogue.